that the problem, and that's an understatement in my judgment, but the problem of sexual assault on college campuses is a significant problem that we should take action on.
Senator, thank you for that question. I agree with you that sexual assault in any form or in any place is a problem, and no disagreement there.
The second question is, would you uphold, let me give you a little background here that you might know. In 2011, the Department of Education issued guidance on Title IX by this administration, the current administration. I'd ask you, would you uphold that 2011 Title IX guidance as it relates to sexual assault on campus?
Well, Senator, I know that there's a lot of conflicting ideas and opinions around that guidance, and if confirmed, I would look forward to working with you and your colleagues and understand the range of opinions and understand the issues from the higher ed institutions that are charged with resolving these and addressing them, and I would look forward to working together to find some resolutions.
Well, I agree with the guidance, so I'm just asking for a yes or no. I guess you're not going to give me a yes or no answer on committing to upholding that guidance.
It would be premature for me to do that today.
This problem is, to say it's an epidemic, I think is also an understatement. The Centers for Disease Control told us back in 2009 that 1 in 5 women are the victims of sexual assault on campus, and yet a lot of those women who were in that 1 in 5 never have an opportunity or never report incidents. So it's a major problem for women. In so many ways, it's the ultimate betrayal. Parents for generations have told their daughters, study hard in school, get good grades, because when you get good grades, you might have an opportunity to go to college, and if you go to college, the world is open to you, and you can succeed by having higher education. But too often, and it happens every year on many campuses around the country, too often a young woman is a victim, sometimes in the first day she's there, or the first week, and sometimes over the course of her first year. And her life is destroyed by that. So we have a long way to go to addressing this problem. We took some good action on this issue as part of the Violence Against Women Act. It just happened to be my bill that got passed into law, the so-called Campus Save Act. What we did in that bill was, for the first time, say to colleges and universities, you have to do more than you're doing, certainly on one broad topic of prevention and on awareness. So young men on the campus who are the perpetrators of this have to be part of the solution. They have to be part of bystander education, a preventative strategy. But in addition to all kinds of transparency and requirements, this is what the Act did for women, or for victims, I should say, or victims of assault. Colleges and universities must provide clear statements regarding the procedures followed. They must do more than they had been doing when it comes to enforcement. And in particular, with regard to victims, it says the college or university must indicate to the victim her right to notify law enforcement, should the victim choose to, that the obligation, the institution has an obligation to help the victim report the incident to law enforcement, including helping her get a protective order, among other things that the school has to do. So that's what the law is now, based upon my bill. The fall of 2015, this went into effect across the country. There's an organization called the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education. They support a bill that would totally change that. They would force a victim to go to police departments to report, and they would change the standard of evidence. Would you commit, as Secretary of Education, to retaining the standard of evidence that is currently the law?
Well, Senator, let me just say my mom's heart is really piqued on this issue. Assault in any form is never okay, and I just want to be very clear on that. And so, if confirmed, I look forward to understanding the past actions and the current situation better, and to ensuring that the intent of the law is actually carried out in a way that
The
is,
organization-
that recognizes both the victim, the rights of the victims, as well as those who are accused as well, and that the
I'm out of time, but let me
institutions-
just, the organization that has that position, which is contrary to the law, current law, and contrary to the spirit of what we try to do in that piece of legislation, is a recipient of donations from you totaling about $25,000 over 4 years. I hope that's not a conflict of interest, but I would hope that you would make a definitive commitment as a nominee to enforce the law as it relates to sexual assault on college campuses. And I'll send you more questions about it.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator.